Hello and welcome to Culture Shocked, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. I'm your host, Corey, and with me as always is...
Hey, I'm Adrian, and work sucks. I know.
I'm Mike, and what are you doing? There are no weapons in this mission. I will not do time for you. I will roll over on you.
Nobody's going to get that reference.
Of course not.
And today is Labor Day. Well, I mean, as of recording this episode, it's Labor Day. So we figured we'd talk a little about some workplace movies, some we love, the ones that just didn't grab us. So, to quote our fourth co-star Doug, I'm not even supposed to be here today. I miss you. It took me too long to get to that, Adrian, but I had to do it. You have no idea when you said yours how hard it was for me not to say it right there.
It's all the small things, really.
It's all the small things. We have to keep the Blink 182 culture meta going.
What is my age again? But seriously, today, though, with it being Labor Day, we all got kind of nostalgic for labor.
Which is funny because I didn't have to work today.
Me neither.
I did. I worked all day.
Did you get time and a half?
Nope. And anyway.
America,
let's move on.
Fuck yeah.
Let's talk about some other people that worked and probably didn't get time and a half.
Oh, so this isn't Shit on America episode?
No, it is. It absolutely is. I don't think that most of the people... I just, I don't want to be a stickler, but I don't like seeing all the Labor Day posts. Like, let's all celebrate Labor Day because I know half the people posting them don't even have a job. Like, let's have a picnic this weekend. I'll invite everybody over for Labor Day. That
Thank you for working so I don't have to.
the picnic you threw was literally the only work you did this week. So,
Well, hey, kudos to you. That's probably a lot of work, and I'm sure your blood, sweat, and tears went into it. I really hope not a lot of blood because that's gross.
it was mostly blood and sweat, yes.
As a comedian said, any job you can do in your pajamas isn't a hard job.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, what we're trying to say is get a damn job, Democrats.
Wow. I didn't bring a whole group into it, but
We're also trying to say, stop fucking over the hardworking Americans, Republicans.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we don't.
We got them coming and going.
We have no allegiances on this podcast. We hate every party.
yeah, I mean, I like the one with what's the elephant?
What's the one with the elephant?
I have no idea.
You mean like the donkey and the elephant?
Yeah, I don't know.
My favorite's the one with the sloth.
With the sloth?
Oh, wait, that's all of the White House.
I mean, let's... Oh. Mitch McConnell, you fucking turtle. Amorphous blob.
The Ninja Turtles were cool.
Yeah, Franklin the Turtle?
Nancy Pelosi, you fucking lizard.
You bring
woman.
up Franklin the Turtle.
No, it
more
wasn't me.
often.
That was Adrian. The whole fucking time when I was talking about Franklin in the GTA episode, he kept saying the turtle.
Oh, yeah. Guys, for real, though, can we talk about Franklin the turtle?
Fucking Franklin the Turtle. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's Franklin. That's all I remember.
That and he was a turtle. That's about
And
it.
he was definitely a turtle.
I honestly forgot Franklin the Turtle existed. Didn't they do a collaboration with whatever that bear was?
The Bears, Steve Bears, or
No.
Little Bear?
Little Bear. Didn't they do like a Little Bear meets Franklin the Turtle at some point?
That sounds
I
like
don't know.
something they would have done. Fuck you, Franklin the Turtle.
I agree. Fuck Franklin the Turtle.
Yet another crossover we didn't know we needed.
He didn't teach me shit. You know, the crossover I want is Franklin the Turtle and Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5.
According to Adrian, we got that.
I guess yeah, that's true.
The turtle?
But anyway, I did have to work today, so I figured I'd come home and talk about work some more with you guys. Let's talk about some shitty little workplace movies. Maybe some good ones, some bad ones. Do any of you have like an all top tier favorite workplace movie that you can go back to over and over again?
I actually have 3.
Ew, my name's Mike. I have 3.
Well, I said one, but whatever. Let's talk some more.
Well, we can do like a list at the end, but like obviously one of my favorite workplace movies takes place in a little known restaurant called Shenanigans.
That is definitely on my list, but it's probably not
They do
top
this.
3.
They have this game they like to play where like to show their genitalia to people.
I have played the game.
If you're our age, if you're
I'm
an
playing
aging
it
millennial,
right now.
if you're an aging
Hold on,
millennial,
guys.
you have definitely played this game
The
with
go.
your friends.
You guys are about to get bat winged.
I'm of course talking about the Ryan Reynolds Justin Long movie Waiting.
Still waiting. I know it's a great. movie.
Fucking no! What? Okay, well, that does it for us at Culture Shocked.
One of those rare sequels that are better than the source material.
Yeah, we're fucking Calvin. Calvin is the guy that's in charge, and you're just supposed to believe he went from this bumbling idiot
Yeah.
to some fucking like
Ladies Man or something.
cool ladies man,
Yeah.
fucking suave manager. No, fuck that.
Yeah, that guy would have turned that restaurant from a cash cow to a cash camel.
Quit staring at my dick.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you really like?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
Shenanigans?
Oh. Oh, Super Troopers. That's kind of a workplace comedy.
It's kind of a work.
Yeah.
It's not just a cop movie where they do their thing. It's in the police station quite a bit.
That kind of reminds me of like there's shows the same people who did that Tacoma or FD. Fuck, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Tacoma FD. Yeah. They did Super Troopers, but that show's hilarious if you've ever watched it.
I actually haven't
Fucking-
seen that yet.
I crack up almost every episode.
I love the Broken Lizard guys, everything they do. So I'm surprised me I haven't seen it yet.
So that's a workplace show. Like we also have The Office, but we're talking about Waiting, not Still Waiting. That movie in my head doesn't exist.
It's on one of my lists.
If it's the list that I think it's on, it definitely belongs there. Actually, it probably deserves
does.
its own list of dumpster fires.
Now, is that a crossover universe that's possible? Can Super Troopers and Waiting exist in the same universe?
Well, I mean, it does take place in Shenanigans, so I don't
I
see
was
why
gonna say,
not.
is there any reason they couldn't take place in the same universe? Maybe those
Both-
are the cops of
Both movies do have a lot of the dumb humor, so yeah, probably.
They probably geographically they probably take place in two completely different areas. I have no idea, but
Shenanigans like a chain restaurant.
It is,
maybe
actually.
could. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's like a TGI Fridays or an Applebee's or something.
I need to go to a Shenanigans now.
Yeah, I would like to do that at least once in my life.
Yeah, that would be cool to say you went there and be like,
I went to-
"Hey!"
I'd like to find out where they actually filmed that movie and go to that restaurant. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's even called Shenanigans.
But not even just Ryan Reynolds' character, but there's so many good fucking characters in that movie.
Yeah.
Actually, if you getting into it, Ryan Reynolds' character's kind of a piece of shit in that movie.
Oh, he's a real fucking dick. He's like the guy that's been working there for 10 years and doesn't give a shit about people anymore.
He's always hitting on underage girls. And,
Oh, that yeah.
yeah.
Wait, are you sure that wasn't Dane Cook's character in the movie?
Well, no. See, I think Ryan Reynolds was doing method acting. He was pretending to be Dane Cook.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ryan Reynolds was doing a Dane Cook impression.
Yeah,
Wait, what the fuck did I do?
that I will
you,
say.
you groomed an underage girl.
John Francis Daly's character had very little lines until the end, and his probably one of the best parts of that movie.
Is that the kid that never gets to finish a line?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
Mitch.
that's Mitch. Yeah, he actually ends up. John Francis Daly is an amazing writer.
Yeah.
He co-wrote Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, he co-wrote Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, okay.
He was a main cast character in the TV show Bones.
That was a crazy fucking twist.
Yeah.
His character in Bones.
Mitch, you're the fucking man.
But John Francis Daly was also in Freaks and Geeks.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I definitely knew him from that.
Lots of people came
Lots
from
of
Freaks
big
and
names
Geeks.
came from Freaks.
No,
and Geeks.
that show's fucking amazing.
And it only ran for one season, right?
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
And then they waited way too long to decide it was a cult classic, and all those guys were old and make way too much money now.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did like a 20 years later, where are they now kind of one episode thing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It'd be kind of cool. They wouldn't be able to put James Franco in it probably, but
One of them went on to change their legal name to Marshall Erickson. He became a judge,
Naturally.
but he never gave up his dream of being a musician.
He wrote an entire play about Dracula made out of puppets.
Wait, are we just taking Jason Segel lore from different?
Yep, I'm just going
Yeah.
all over the board.
Okay.
I think Justin Long's character annoyed me
Justin's
the
Long.
most. Justin,
He might be. I don't know. I've never seen it.
his character probably annoyed me the most. His whole fucking back and forth. Oh, I got a dilemma. Fuck you, dude. I'm here to laugh.
I work in a restaurant, and I also struggle with that same dilemma, so I get it.
You ever just wake up one day and realize, wow, I'm a fucking loser?
He goes, "Yeah, man. Can you put down the ice pick?"
Although,
I fucking
Rob
love that.
Benedict is a fucking his acting as Calvin in the first movie is
Oh,
fucking
Calvin's
phenomenal.
amazing. I love that.
I love his
character.
character in the first movie.
Like, I still to this day will just randomly look over at my friends and go, "Quit staring at my dick." I still will to this day.
I love that he has like this fear of people like staring at his dick, but he still plays the penis showing game.
Yeah, I love when he does the bat wing to Luis Guzman's character, and then like what's his name in the movie?
Bishop.
Guy who's like Bishop. He like
Yeah.
stands up, does the bat wing, bitch, kicks him a couple times, and then he sits back down and goes, "You were saying?" Like gets back to his therapy. That movie's
So
genius. That's so good.
Is it David Kochner? How do you say his last name? I can't ever say his name right.
I don't know his name.
The manager, the guy who's like the big time manager. He's in yeah.
He's an anchor man. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Dave Keckner.
Yeah, David Koechner.
He fucking cracks me up in that movie too. Like, not on my watch. He's like fucking calling people.
Yeah, he's just a great character actor.
He's
Everything
so
he's
good.
in.
And if you ever want to look into that man, he is one of the nicest fucking people in the entire world. He like gives all kinds of time and money to things, and he's a great dad. Like, he's the nicest fucking person. That's why when he plays Todd Packer in The Office, I can't fucking believe it, because he's such a dirtbag. He's just a great actor, so he can play a dirtbag, but in real life, he's the nicest fucking dude. If you ever hear this, David Koechner, I fucking adore you.
I miss your hair, Ron. I miss your laugh. Okay, pull it together, champ.
Whammy!
This movie existed in a time when Andy Milonakis was popular.
Oh yeah.
So of course he's in this movie.
Makes you think I won't cut you.
Yeah, if there's anything to date this movie even
quote
more
that a
than
lot.
Dane Cook, it's probably Andy Milonakis.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing. Yes, I would agree with
That
that.
25-year-old, 12-year-old looking motherfucker.
I do. Yeah, I did. I used to quote that all the time. I'd be like, "Bitch, what makes you think I won't cut you?"
I still say,
I told you it's Nathan motherfucking
constantly-
T-Dog.
I constantly tell people, what makes you think I won't cut you?
I got peas on my head. Don't call me a pea.
Fucking Andy Milonakis, dude. Your guys' cousin Heather was obsessed with the Andy Milonakis show.
Was she?
Yes.
She's the only one, too.
That doesn't surprise me. She has shitty taste, like the guy she's dated.
Oh, whoa. Ouch.
Mike, it's okay. You're just as good of a singer as Andy Milonakis.
I'm just gonna go ahead and see myself out.
That's just a little joke for us, but I'm sure the listeners can piece together what that means. She's our cousin, and we're not from West Virginia. So,
Well, she is.
That's true. She is.
She's from Virginia.
oh god damn it! Take me home, country roads.
Oh,
Down,
fuck.
down, 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 down.
But yeah, we unfortunately have talked about Dan Cook almost every episode of this podcast since that whole that bad news came out.
Yeah,
So, but fortunately, and we're about to talk about him twice.
I'm going to
probably.
talk about him again because
Yeah,
employee of the month is one of my go-tos
Yep,
that I can go back to.
That's in my top 3.
oh my god.
Unfortunately for the world, employee of the month is one of my most watched movies, I think, just because of the
It's
lines.
so bad.
It is so bad, but the lines you can get
They're
from
so
that
good.
movie.
For everybody
All
who doesn't
those-
know,
All those actors
My-
are hilarious in the movie.
So Corey, you would definitely call this a guilty pleasure.
It
For sure.
very much so.
You're right. Well, that's understandable.
my opening quote came from Employee of the Month. It was from Dax Shepard's character.
One person's gonna be like, "Wait, is that employee of the month?"
That's Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard's like, "Oh yeah, I said that."
That's Mike when he listens to our episode. Wait, was that Employee of the Month or?
I think even Dak Shepard likes to forget this movie happened.
That's just weird to me. I mean, all these movies we're going to be talking about, not I won't say all of them, but most of them are going to be movies that aren't really high up on people's like
All-time movies.
these are the greatest movies ever list. Yeah, I mean, there's some of them that I have on my list that I was kind of confused about. I wrote down a bunch of stuff that were considered workplace movies.
Yeah.
Like they had The Wolf of Wall Street as a workplace movie.
It absolutely is.
And it is that one's. I mean, that one should have won some Grammys. So
Grammys.
That's the music awards.
Oscars.
when Leo DiCaprio sang "I'm the Wolf of Wall Street," he really got snubbed.
Absolutely.
I bought a yacht.
Maybe Matthew McConaughey.
Listen.
Oh well, there is
Oh,
a
yeah,
song
wait.
in there.
As we all know, completely improv by McConaughey,
Here, listen.
which is why
All right.
Leo's legitimately laughing during that.
To the point of everybody on set probably being very uncomfortable.
Grammys, Oscars, Golden Globes, fuck them. They're all award shows that nobody gives a fuck about no more.
Nobody watches the award shows.
Why do you think Will Smith smacked Chris Rock? To get people to watch.
It's all staged. Damn it.
Yes,
Well,
it
now-
was. Yes, it happened on stage.
Now Will Smith is someone who's won at the Grammys and at the Oscars.
Oh, he should have never won a Grammy.
First rapper to ever win multiple Grammys.
How?
Does he have the EGOT?
Wait, what's that?
Do you guys know what the EGOT is?
What is it?
It's somebody who has an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Oh, like the big.
Is there somebody that has that?
No, a couple people. Yeah, there's a few celebrities that have
Yeah.
EGOTs.
Well, we will
Somebody
have to get
just
into
got
that someday.
one, and I can't remember. But yeah, there are people that have the EGOT for sure.
This is a pop culture podcast.
Celebrities still chase that, even though, yeah, not many people watch anymore. And the Tonys are way less significant than they used to be. But people still chase those 4 awards for some reason.
I mean, well, okay, so nobody watches them anymore. But you'd be lying to yourself if people don't look up to see who won. People still fucking do that. Just nobody watches it anymore. Nobody cares. Like fucking Ricky Gervais once said, "I don't care. Nobody. I don't care. I don't care."
I don't care. You did it, not me.
Do you know one of the biggest reasons I look up who won most of that stuff? To see if the Marvel movies get anything. They
I
never
thought
do.
maybe
I'm always disappointed. I don't know why I look it up.
Someone who actually has an EGOT, Corey, is Marvin Hamlish. And I'll say to
God.
them, who the fuck is Marvin Hamlish?
I thought maybe you looked up who won in those because you do a pop culture podcast. My bad.
Oh, yeah, maybe. that too. Whoopi Goldberg. Not many names I recognize. Whoopi Goldberg is in there.
That's because to win a Tony, you have to have done like small television stuff.
Right. There's Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, nice. That's a name
Mel
I'm familiar with.
Brooks.
Somebody
familiar
just
with that
won it
name.
a couple years ago. Like got
You
it
just
a
won
couple
it a couple years ago.
Nice.
Nice, you got me. God damn it, every time.
James Earl Jones.
No shit, really.
Yep.
Hell yeah, he's an EGOT.
Now I'm excited.
No Will Smith, though.
Good. I mean, what?
You know, if they rearrange those letters and just put the E after the O, they could just call it the GOAT. It would still kind of make sense.
That would make
I mean,
sense.
GOET. goat.
Motherfucker, that would make
just spelled
sense.
wrong, spelled different. That's all.
They could also spell Togue.
Or
You know what else they could
EGOT.
spell? You know what else they could spell? Shut the fuck up, Adrian.
Wait, how could they spell? I mean, I'm sure with all the winners' names, if you take letters, they could probably spell that. It would take a while, but I can look it up.
We'll figure it the fuck out.
We will figure this out. We'll get back to you, listeners.
We'll get back to you in about 15 episodes.
15 episodes from now, Tim will be like, what the fuck? Hey, Tim.
To be like, wait, where's this? I thought you guys were going to figure it out.
He's the only one that'll hold it. And the guy from Germany.
We love you. We love you.
I think it's still just one guy.
It's still that one guy.
Ich liebe dich.
No. Now we lost him. We lost him.
If we didn't already lose him with my terrible
No,
impressions
hold on.
last time.
You literally
No, that
just
was-
said your mom fucks monkeys. Thanks a lot, man.
No, I actually said I love you in German. Thank you.
Nice. If we didn't already lose him from my terrible Polish German accent, then
I actually know a little bit of German enough to be able
That's
to say
true.
certain things.
Yeah, but he's from Germany, so you probably butchered the pronunciation.
I probably did butcher the shit out of that, and I apologize.
That's like us going to France
It's
and being
trying.
like, "Oui, oui." They're gonna punch us in the face.
That's just fucking cocky Americanness.
That's American ignorance going to another country. It's all over the place.
Je m'appelle biblioteca. Did you just say my name is library? We.
I wish I could recite the whole Marshall Erickson, the Funyuns thing he keeps
Oh, the
saying over
Funyuns.
and over again.
Stop bogarting the Funyuns.
Yeah, I don't have that in my head anymore. I used to be able to do it.
It's one of those things. There's only a finite thing of amount information you can have in your head.
Yeah, like when I
Tutti
used to
Frutti.
be able to do the whole Channing Tatum on drugs. I used to be able to do that whole speech, and I can't remember it now.
My
One
name's
particle
Jeff.
of unobtainium has the. I can't remember the whole thing.
That's the most Channing Tatum quote that I can do. My name's Jeff.
My name is Jeff. I love that movie so much. Too bad they're not technically workplace comedies
Yeah.
or movies.
So,
One of the ones I wanted to bring up though, because neither of you are gonna care about it. Doug would have been more in my camp here on this one, but
She-Hulk.
no, it's not a movie.
I
that
know.
could be a workplace show.
Totally.
Workplace show for sure. But I wouldn't have even thought of this one if I wasn't looking up lists earlier. But Cabin in the Woods is technically a workplace movie.
It is, yes.
Because it
And
starts
fuck you,
as a
Corey.
normal teenagers in the woods. Oh, was it you that likes that movie?
I love that movie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was you and Adrian that didn't like it.
No, Corey, you
But,
like it, don't you?
I love that movie.
Oh, it's me that
Adrian
isn't a big
does.
It's
fan
you
of
that
it, yeah.
doesn't really like it that much. But it like starts as these teenagers going into the woods and staying in a cabin, and bad stuff starts happening, just like Evil Dead. And then about 3/4 of the way through, you find out it's actually like a Hunger Games type thing where underneath the ground
Oh.
there's this. They're planning the whole thing. They're playing with
It-
these kids.
Like placing bets, right?
But when it shows them down there, they're just working at like it's a mundane, boring.
They're
job.
working. They're just making sure that the world doesn't end. That's their job.
It's such a ridiculous premise for a movie, and I fucking adore it. I love that movie so much.
Aside from the piece of shit that he is, dude, I love almost all of Joss Whedon's work. Like he's
Me too.
creatively, he's a brilliant mind.
Usually he's pretty on the ball there.
His comedy, whether it's his comedy, whether it's a little campy, which is usually what he's really fucking good at.
Which is I like that, so that's
That's
why
what I loved about Cabin in the Woods. It was very campy.
It was very
Like you just got to really appreciate it. And for somebody like Adrian who doesn't care for a lot of campiness, which is why I'm shocked he likes Evil Dead 2 at all,
Oh,
or
yeah.
any of the Army of Darkness movies.
Yeah, I love all the Evil Deads.
yeah. Ash is just a beautiful character. It's hard not to love
I
him.
mean, Bruce Campbell's amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
I even loved the remake, and it was much more horror centric.
The remake was crazy intense.
that makes sense though because you love that kind of movie. Like you
Yeah.
prefer your horror movies to be
That one
way.
does make more sense, yeah.
You don't really care for there's certain horror movies that you watch because they're campy.
I mean,
And Cabin in the Woods is 100% that movie.
you have even said on an episode, I think, that you started not liking Freddy so much when he started getting a little more crazy.
Oh
and
yeah,
sarcastic and stuff, which is what I like about Freddy. I love the intense Freddy, and if he would have stayed intense Freddy, would have loved it just the same. But Robert Englund had that comedy bone in him. They couldn't keep it back. I think they realized he was a super funny guy, and they're like, "Well, we got to let him do this a little."
I don't
bit."
want to go too far in the bushes here, but we've both talked about it. I love Dream Warriors Freddy, where he is very funny.
Yeah, that was where he first started. Yeah,
After that, it got ridiculous.
it did get a little too off a little too off the wall.
Like I don't really care for horror movies, but I know enough about you guys, especially because I listen to our episodes when we release them. So even the ones that I'm not a part of, especially those ones because I wasn't there for them.
Yeah.
So even though I know more about horror just from listening to those episodes, and I know enough to know that like Adrian doesn't really care for the campiness, but I love Cabin in the Woods. It's just
Unless
so
it
fucking
comes
funny.
to Sam Raimi.
Unless the fuck Adrian and Sam Raimi, I swear, does he write you checks or something to get his name out there? Like people know who he is.
Turns out he's kind of a big deal.
I do want to talk about real quick before we move on from horror because we're on this right now. There are two workplace movies that I love that are very horror centric, and they're both very underrated movies. One is the Belko Experiment. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. No.
It's about this workplace where they go to work every day doing top secret stuff. They really don't know what they're doing, but they're just putting out work and getting paid big. One day, all the shutters come down on their building, steel shutters. They can't get out. A voice comes over and says, "There are 120 of you in this building. If 10 of you aren't dead in the next hour, we kill 60 of you."
Yeah.
And they all think it's a joke. And then they all freak out after the 10 minutes. 60 people their heads explode basically. And everybody starts freaking the fuck out, and they keep coming through and saying, if in the next hour 10 of you aren't dead, we kill another half of you. And they're all freaking out trying to figure out if they should kill each other or what 10 they should kill. Great fucking movie. Dr. Cox is in it.
Fuck it. If I would have been in that situation, I would have just killed everybody, and I would have been the last one alive.
Well, me personally, I say Titanic rules, women and children first. Maybe I was confused by that concept.
No, you were right. You're right.
Okay,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For sure, women and children first.
They have weaker arms, as Dwight would say.
There's another one that didn't get much love at all, and it's kind of a bummer because I loved this movie so much. It's called Mayhem. It has Stephen Yeun in it and Samara Weaving. They work for this company, and a virus outbreak goes through the business, and they have to shut down.
Okay.
And it makes them all go fucking crazy, and they're just killing each other.
I never watched that, but
And
yeah,
Stephen
I saw
Yeun-
the trailer.
Stephen Yeun is like shit on the whole time, and he's like the guy everybody unloads their work on. Nobody trusts him or whatever.
Is that Glenn?
Yeah, and he's being fired in the movie, and when he's being walked out of the building, the millionaire asshole fires him and tells him basically fuck off. All this time you spent with us doesn't matter. As he's being escorted out of the building, they lock down the building and say none of you can leave. This virus is going through your building, and everybody starts going crazy. And Stephen Yeun gets it. And the way they show it in the movie is one of your eyes is like bloodshot. Like that's how you can tell who doesn't have it. Well, Stephen Yeun gets it, and Samara Weaving is in the basement tied up being tortured basically for information on something. He finds her and saves her. They both decide to climb the ladder, go up the elevator, and try to get to the guy who fired him because it's the same guy who was torturing her. They want to kill him. That's basically the whole movie is them just killing motherfuckers to get to him. And it's
Trying to get
great.
like to the top of the building.
Yeah, it's so good.
So it's very like Snowpiercer in the
Yes,
sense,
exactly.
like trying to get to the front of the
Trying
train.
to get to the front of the train, trying to get to the top of the building. Yep.
So what Corey didn't tell you is as Glenn gets to the top of the ladder, he's about to come out. Negan shows up out of
Negan
fucking
hits
nowhere
him.
and just cracks him with the baseball bat.
Hits him with a bat. His eyes pop out.
He said, "God damn it!
Every
I
fucking
fucking
time.
killed you already.
This guy really fucking sucks."
Every time Stephen Yeun is about to do something, he just dies. And it's always Negan. What the fuck?
Thanks a lot, fucking Norman Reedus.
Wait, what?
Norman Reedus got Glenn killed.
Yeah, it's true. He
You
did.
bite your tongue.
Because it was technically only Abraham at first.
But we'll save that for a Walking Dead episode.
Oh, there
Which I'm
will
sure
be.
we'll do someday.
Absolutely, it'll happen.
Can't wait.
Episode 127.
The show is ending, so
Hey, guys, episode 127. No, ittle be before that because Walking Dead's actually ending.
No,
yeah,
no,
it is
no.
ending. We'll see.
I'm planning out our episodes right now. I just want to do this to see if anybody actually pays attention and calls us out on it eventually.
On actual episodes.
We could make it episode 160, 168. I can't remember how many issues of the comic there were, but
Oh, I see what you're
it's
doing.
like one something, yeah.
That'd be clever.
I'm waiting to see if anyone holds us to our Berenstain Bears that I said in like episode 1068 or something. You said back during the first 30 episodes, Berenstain Bears. I'll do it. Fuck, I don't care. I'll do it.
I'll fucking do it again.
Even if we don't have that many episodes, Adrian will release 800 mini episodes of him being like,
Just a minute.
it is coming. Like each episode is just one word.
Just 300 episodes, one word episodes.
Yeah.
I'll at least
I think
make
it's
them a
our-
minute. I'll at least make them a minute
Why
long.
did Culture Shock release 300 episodes in one day?
It's just like, welcome to Culture Shock. I'm by myself because the other three said, fuck that episode. We're doing Bearstain Bears.
Yeah. The other three have since died.
I'm actually just going to read all the books right now.
That's a brilliant idea.
Some YouTubers do that. They just sit there and read
Yeah,
a chapter
I mean-
of a book.
Yeah, I during the live stream for The Cure, one of the girls that I was talking to on the chat, she just, her whole podcast is reading naughty books in a British accent. It's great. Adrian, we've given a couple of our favorites. How about you?
I'll start with a 90s joint here, Corey. I think both of our favorite Tom Cruise movies. You know where I'm going?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, the prerequisite is if you're a sports fan, you're probably going to enjoy that movie even more.
True.
I need to watch that movie.
You've never seen Jerry Maguire?
Never seen Jerry Maguire.
I'm sure we've probably had this talk on podcast before. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you all?
I think we've talked about this before, yeah, because was it mentioned in the movie episode?
Mike.
What?
You said fuck.
I said fuck?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
That's from the movie. Sorry,
Yeah, it's a reference
Oh.
you wouldn't get because you haven't
Oh.
watched the movie.
it's definitely worth watching though.
We need to make a list of shit that I haven't seen.
Cuba Gooding
Just-
Jr. in that movie. It's one of my favorite performances by him ever.
I forgot he existed.
Was it Rod Tidwell?
Rod Tidwell is hilarious in that movie.
Show me the money.
The last thing that I saw Cuba Gooding Jr. in was in a movie called Snow Dogs.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that was the last thing you saw him in.
It's probably the last thing he was in.
took his career in a different direction, I think.
Well, that and Boat Trip.
Oh my
What the-
god!
I don't know what
Fuck
that is.
your mother! Fuck your mother!
Was that after Snow Dogs?
It's actually probably a bit of a problematic movie now.
Oh yeah, him and his buddy go on a cruise to get over a breakup, and he proposes to his girlfriend. She says no because he threw up all over on a hot air balloon,
Yeah.
and she says no. So him and his buddy go on a cruise to get away, and they accidentally get on a gay cruise,
A very like flamboyant gay cruise about like drag queens and gay people, and
and that's the whole movie.
the whole movie is about them trying to cope with the fact that they're on a gay cruise and survive, I guess. So it's like kind of a really bad survival movie based
What?
around gay people, which is ridiculous.
It's probably very problematic in 2022.
He falls in love with like the salsa dancer teacher lady. I think it's Salma Hayek, or
No, it's
what's her name?
yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. No, but it's probably very problematic in 2022. And that being said, we're gonna do a rewatch on Patreon.
I haven't seen. I would. I haven't seen that movie since we were teenagers, I think, but
Yeah.
it was very bad. Even back then, I remember cringing through that whole movie, being like, "Oh, should they be saying this stuff?" Even then, when it was kind of accepted to be like weird about that kind of stuff, which is ridiculous.
If you guys still have Discord up, I put it on our Discord.
Oh,
Oh, just say it.
she's very pretty.
Rosalind Sanchez.
Oh yeah, she's in. Okay, she's
Yeah.
in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but Jerry Maguire, great if you're a sports fan. It's just a great comedy drama. You don't even have to be a sports fan to love that movie.
Now, is that one about baseball?
No, it's a football player. Tom Cruise is a sports agent.
It's a football movie, and I never watched
Yeah,
it.
Tom Cruise gets fired from like this big sports agency. He gets
by
done
Jay
dirty
Moore,
by Jay Moore of all
who is
people.
hilarious in the movie.
I watched fucking Moneyball, and I hadn't watched Jerry Maguire.
Bro, you would love Jerry Maguire.
You would.
I know that sounds like I would.
Yeah, so he's a sports agent. He gets done dirty and gets fired by this big sports agency. So he's like independent, and he literally only has one client who believes in him, and that's Cuba Gooding Jr. And like pretty much, if he loses him, he has no future.
Yep.
So it's pretty much the two of them like just riding on each other.
As a matter of fact, Mike, you've seen Half Baked though, right?
No,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
put it on the list.
put it on the list.
Anyway, that's not gonna help then. Cuba Gooding Jr. is a wide receiver for the Cardinals, and he's kind of a third, or he's kind of like a fourth or fifth string receiver.
Yeah, he's not like a star.
He's not like a
So
star.
he's like that guy that just happens to go in on occasion.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise banks everything he has on him, and Renee Zellweger goes with him leaves with him from the company to be his like
Assistant or whatever.
Renee
But,
Zellweger, name drop.
Name dropping.
yeah.
That's what we do here on Culture Shocked.
But and then
These are all people we know, by the way.
I'm not going to tell you the ending of the movie because it's actually beautiful. But
No, I do want to watch it. Now that I know it's a football movie, how did I fucking not ever know that?
Yeah, that's one that just got by you.
there's a couple points of the movie where they show real like old 90s football players like talking to them and real quick cameos on screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, you see a lot of athletes in the
Yeah,
movie.
it's pretty cool.
It's a regular.
Like when you see,
Damn it, Mike! You're about to say what I was going to say. Good.
like, I was gonna say, well, like when you see Brett Favre and there's something about Mary.
I was just going to say it's a regular Brett Favre situation.
I'm not even going to 100% say you don't see Brett Favre somewhere in that movie, but I don't remember.
In the '90s, Favre was doing everything.
Yeah, so he might have been in there somewhere.
Brett Favre.
He was in John Madden's dreams.
There's one point where they're doing this like big con. It's almost like a Comic-Con, but for football players in this airport. And
That's a thing.
I don't know. It might have been in the 90s. Oh, no. You know what? It was
That
a
sounds
bunch of
awesome.
celebrities getting together for ads, like ad campaigns and stuff.
Oh,
A newer one I'll bring up because we still have a bunch to go through. So I'll just do one from the '90s and then not newer, but post 2000s. Horrible Bosses.
I love
oh,
Horrible
fuck
Bosses
yes,
so
that's in my
much.
top three.
Oh, is that another? Oh, sorry, was that the other one in your
That-
top three?
That was we've now talked about all three of them.
Wait, what was the second one?
Employee of the month.
Fucking employee of the
okay.
month.
Okay. So you like it almost as much as you like it about as much as I do.
Yeah, I fucking love Employee of the Month.
I do.
Horrible Bosses is just so like that is a phenomenal movie, and I have to hand it to Charlie Day for not wanting to screw Jennifer Aniston's brains out.
Yeah, right.
Every time I watch that movie, I hope he changes his mind.
Right? Yeah, you're like, are you, dude? Don't be stupid.
What is wrong with you?
This time it'll be different. I think every time Charlie Day watches that movie, he hopes he changes his mind.
So fucking ridiculously filthy in that movie.
I know, I
can't-
love it.
I couldn't believe it. I saw it in theaters. I was like blown away by the things she was saying because it's Jennifer Aniston from Friends. Let's go see this movie.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston at that point was like a total like America's sweetheart.
She
I
was.
think that's a big reason
that's-
she took that role.
Maybe, yeah.
As far as Horrible Bosses goes, it's got probably one of my favorite actors in it, Jason Bateman.
He's the straight man in that one, and he plays.
He's
it so
amazing.
good.
Dude, Jason Bateman usually plays the same character in every movie. I won't say always, but usually. But his character is always the reluctant, but I'm gonna fucking do this kind of guy. And
I'm always down for it.
Why are there actors that can get away with being the same person and then some actors that can't? Is it just because the
Because-
actors that can get away is so good at it?
perfect example, like Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds when they do the same thing, it's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious and it's
Vince
good.
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn is the 100% like staple to doing the same.
I
character
love
every
it.
time.
I love
And
Vince
it
Vaughn when he does the
works
same
every
character.
fucking time.
Yeah, like I've never watched a Vince Vaughn movie and like thought he's his character. I'm like, oh, that's Vince
Right.
Vaughn.
Absolutely, I agree.
And there's nothing wrong with it when he does it.
No,
But then sometimes I can't really come up with an example at the moment. But there are some actors that do the same fucking thing, and you're like, dude, you're just doing the same role in a different fucking movie.
You better not say a fucking word about Nicolas Cage.
I was not going to say Nicolas Cage because that's a bullshit thing that people say about him because he actually has done a lot of off the wall shit.
he's a hell of a chameleon. He's actually played a lot of different characters, but
I was actually going to mention Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd in a lot of what he does, but there are certain movies that he does the same role, and it's like,
that's the thing is Paul Rudd's thing. It's so dry that sometimes it doesn't work in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But when he finds what does work in, it's brilliant.
like Role Models. I fucking love
Yeah.
Paul Rudd in Role Models. That coffee shop scene to this day is one of
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite scenes in all of
Congratulations,
comedy movies.
you're stupid in 3 languages.
I fucking love that. But like, and then other things like I think I Love You, Man. I don't like that movie.
Oh, I love you, man. a lot.
I don't like Paul Rudd's character in that movie. It's not.
Jason Bateman definitely carries. I mean, Jason Segel.
Jason Segel carries that fucking movie. Yes,
You mean Jason Statham?
Jason.
Oi, you looking for a best man, mate?
Jason Derulo. Okay.
Oh god.
This is my whack off station, mate.
But obviously, if you're
I love Rush.
Jason Statham, and I love you, man. I want to see that. I fucking love Rush, mate, and this is where I jerk off. Do you only think of your wife when you jerk off?
I watched Chocolat. It was delightful.
Because I'm Jason Statham.
This is making I Love You, Man way better.
You're right.
I like it.
But any fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, fucking Charlie Day is amazing in this movie. He's probably, honestly, I think I love Jason Bateman, but I think Charlie Day is probably my favorite part of the movie.
Charlie Day is my favorite part of this movie.
Him and Jamie Foxx, motherfucker Jones.
Well, that's the thing is Charlie Day got to be a little bit like Charlie from Sunny
Yes,
in that
yes.
movie. He got to be a little bit dim, just a little bit dim, but very smart at the same time. Like he wasn't illiterate like Charlie is in the show,
Right.
but he was very like easily tricked and
Charlie, we have to get you an intervention for your reading. You're getting real goddamn stupid.
he getting real goddamn stupid.
I can read. I don't like to read. I can read. You can't read it from the outside.
I love that. Oh, I turn on the Coors light.
So I turn on the Coors side so that people know we have ice cold Coors. That says closed. Oh, I can't read it on the inside. You can't read it on the outside.
Mac, man, when he gets mad is so good. Anyway,
Wait, what's your last name? Jones. Wait, so what's your first name? Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
how'd you get that name? One day when my mom was sleeping, I snuck into her room. I don't like where this is going. And I slid my hand, right into her purse and stole her rent money. And that's when I really fucked her over. That's when I got the name Motherfucker Jones.
I love that. I think it's Jason Sudeikis or Jason
Yeah.
Bateman. They hit him like
It's
he said purse. He said purse.
He said purse.
Because they're all like cringing and he said purse. He said purse.
Does the suitcase come out of your end or the
I love-
briefcase?
I love the entire dynamic of like when people are so oblivious to that world and they try to get into it.
Yeah, me too. And when you have somebody like, and where Charlie Day is my favorite character in the movie, Jason Sudeikis when they're in that bar with Motherfucker Jones, and
Oh,
is
yeah.
the best part of that because he thinks he's getting, he's like, yeah, I understand, yeah, but he doesn't. He doesn't even get it.
He just wants to like be cool, like he's picking it up.
Out of the three of them, Jason Sudeikis' character is probably the dumbest one. Yeah,
He is.
in that movie. yeah,
And the weird part is my favorite part of that whole movie, and I don't know why it's my favorite part. It's a Jason
tell me.
Bateman part. When he comes to the hotel when they hired the Ian Grufford to do the wet work.
oh yeah,
But when he gets to the hotel, Charlie Day cracks the door and says, tell me the password. And I love the way Bateman, I don't know why this is my favorite part, but he hits the chain lock and goes, get rid of the thing. Open the thing. He just taps the block and says, open
Dude.
the thing.
the way Jason Bateman delivers his fucking lines.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite line from that movie is when they're in Jason Bateman's boss's house and they're looking at the pictures and fucking Sudeikis goes, I'd bend her over barrel and show her the 50 states. And Jason Bateman's like, what does that even mean?
I don't think that's a thing. Are you
He's
sure?
like, oh yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. It's
You
a
ever see
thing.
you ever see the blooper where he does that and then he goes, it's not a thing. And he looks right at the camera and says, it is now. It's so fucking good.
It sure as shit is a thing now.
It is.
I think my favorite line from that movie is when he's talking to Atmanand on the GPS.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call you Greg, buddy, because that name's a fucking nightmare.
And this is another example. This is another example of separating art.
Sorry, it's so funny.
It is. You can just like hear him saying
I
it.
can't.
I'm gonna call you Gregory, buddy, because that name's a fucking nightmare.
Oh fuck, sorry. Ugh.
Well, he calls
Good.
himself Gregory. He calls himself Gregory at first.
By the way, Atmanand is played by Brian George, who is in Employee of the Month.
Oh Jesus! Oh, is that him?
Who is
Yeah.
the Employee of the Month?
He's 8-Ball.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
I did not know that.
That's funny.
But anyway, this is another example of separating art from artists because Kevin Spacey is amazing in that movie.
Kevin
I hate
Spacey's
him.
amazing in every movie.
He's amazing in every movie, but
He's a brilliant actor.
he's
Yep.
a brilliant actor.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, it goes without saying, all of our regular listeners know at this point how we feel about the whole fucking art and artist debate. Like, I'm sick of, I understand why you have to preface everything, but I'm sick of saying it. Like, when none of us like Kevin Spacey as a person, but he's brilliant as an actor.
None of us like Dane Cook as a person, but fucking A, Employee of the Month is one of my favorite workplace movies.
Right, fucking A, he's a mediocre comedian.
I mean, he did used to be one of my favorite comedians, you know.
Yep.
Then he fell off the face of the earth.
I am going to have to say, though, I also have a list here of bad ones
Oh.
that I thought were going to be good. These are all ones that I really thought I was going to
Oh,
like.
ones you thought were going to be good? Please tell me. Wait, still waiting on that list?
Still Waiting is on that list because I did think it was going to be funny. With the success of the first one and how much I loved it, I really did believe they could do something with it. I didn't know anything about it going into it. I didn't know Calvin was like the leader owner guy and that it was all going to be based around
He was the leader
this
of the
bartender guy and Justin Long was going to be in there for a minute. I didn't know any of that, but Still Waiting is on there. And this bums me out because I tried to like it.
Hot take?
Horrible Bosses 2 was also on that list.
It really wasn't as.
just
I mean,
didn't
I
like
enjoyed
it.
it, but really,
I really, with them and adding Chris Pine and Christoph
Chris
Waltz,
Pine's character threw me off. I didn't really care for his character.
Here's the thing about Horrible Bosses 2. I just don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, me neither. I watched it once, whereas the Horrible Bosses I've watched a bunch of times.
They put fucking Christoph Waltz in there. I just had to look that up because I forgot.
yeah,
I saw it in theaters. I've seen it like once or twice since then. I don't remember anything about it.
I do. I'm glad that Jason Bateman got to hit the Jen Aniston train, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wait, was it Jason Bateman or Jason Sudeikis?
Jason Bateman, Jason Sudeikis hit her in the first movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
Jason
Yeah,
Bateman got
that's
her
right.
in the sex therapist or sex addiction thing.
Yeah, because she was clearly like stripping in front of her window in the first one. Like,
Yeah, eating a. He says she ate a hot dog, or no, what is it? She ate a popsicle, then a banana, then a hot dog. That's not even the correct way to eat those foods, or that's not even the correct order to eat those foods in. I fucking love that so much.
Do you know how many foods are dick shaped? The best kinds. Wait, super bad.
He was obsessed with dicks.
Wow, that's kind of gay.
Do you know who was in Horrible Bosses 2?
Who?
Mike fucking Ehrmantraut.
Jonathan Banks?
Yeah.
He is.
See, I don't remember this movie at all. What was he?
He's a cop.
He was the detective.
He's the guy trying to stage the whole thing to catch Chris Pine's character.
Yeah, now I'll have to watch it again to see if I like it at all.
You won't.
It just I've seen it a couple times and I enjoy it for the like if it's on in the background, if it's on TV when I'm eating, I'm not going to turn it.
Yeah.
But as much as I love the first one and I fucking love the first one, this one was a bit of a letdown because of how good the first one was.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would agree. It definitely missed the mark that Horrible Bosses hit. But I mean, it's still an enjoyable movie. Like if the first one didn't exist, it would be a great fucking movie to me. But
Right.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I bought the 2-pack on Vudu when they came out for
Voodoo.
I bought the 2-pack on high def, and I've only watched the first one multiple times. I haven't even played the second one, and I bought it like 2 years ago. I'm not going to go back to it unless it's on TV and I randomly happen to.
Horrible Bosses 2 is like the Hangover effect. But thank God
Yeah.
they only made one more movie instead of the Hangover.
Yeah, the first two Hangovers are good in my opinion, and then the third one was just complete fucking chaos.
I always forget that they fucking made a third one.
They did.
I think I'm supposed to forget they made a third one.
I think most of them would like you to forget.
And that's the reason Ed Helms was away from The Office for season 9. So
You know what, Corey? If we're going to talk about movies that we thought were going to be good, but they ended up not being so good, that are workplace movies, and also a sequel, Anchorman 2.
Oh,
yeah.
I actually like Anchorman too.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was just
It was definitely another
That's not-
lackluster one compared to the first one.
no. It's another one of those situations where they try to fucking like they try to
They tried to capture lightning in a bottle.
yeah. They
Twice.
basically and they do the thing like what I hate that comedy movies do when they have a sequel to a comedy movie, they repeat jokes.
Yep.
And you can't do like I'm sorry, but fucking write something new. Nobody came to the sequel to like if I wanted to hear those jokes, I'd go back and watch the first one, and it was better then.
Even the
Yeah.
fight in the second movie that they tried to make more epic and cinematic,
Yeah,
just wasn't as good.
which Jim Carrey was involved in, which was fucking awesome.
Sorry. he kept shooting the hockey puck. Sorry.
And also John C. Riley was also in there.
It had a lot of great cameos.
He was the ghost. Yeah.
It had a lot of great cameos, but overall the story I don't know. It just felt too forced. And
You didn't like him swimming out to try and find his dolphin friend or whatever it was? Me and Adrian went to theaters to see that second one, by the way.
I'm telling you right
And
now.
as lackluster as that movie is, me and Adrian died laughing the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah, it's a great theater experience.
Yeah.
And also, I was high as balls when I watched it.
well, maybe that helped.
I was like, "This is better than the first one." And I watched it again. I'm like, well."
I guess
At my aging millennial age, I've come to realize that I should not get excited for comedy sequels.
Yeah, very rarely do they pan out.
You're right. Comedy sequels are. That's why comedies don't win a lot of Oscars. They don't win a lot of awards,
Grammys.
Grammys. Mike.
Hey, they could. The music could be fantastic.
That's true.
Where I thought Mike was going to go with that when he said sort of a sequel was The Internship with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
Oh god, that's so fucking bad.
It was a
too.
sequel to Wedding Crashers.
Basically. They were like, listen, this is fucking amazing in Wedding Crashers. Let's just copy what we did here and put it here as if they were these old guys.
No, they quit whatever jobs they had in Wedding Crashers and they went to be interns at Google.
Oh!
Even though it shows them in the movie quit their jobs.
Their jobs like selling watches
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mattresses.
I'll allow that to be canon.
That's a sequel.
Which one is it that sells mattresses for their brother-in-law or something?
Oh, that's Owen Wilson.
He sells them
That
for
movie
Will Ferrell,
sucks
right?
so bad.
yeah, from Will Ferrell's like the
Yeah,
mattress
okay.
salesman.
That movie sucks so bad. I only watched it once, and I watched that movie in theaters.
It was a really cool twist at the end that Josh Gad stood up and he was like the guy who runs everything.
I love Josh Gad.
That was cool. I liked that he basically threw it in that other kid's face. That fuck you, I own this place. So that was kind of cool. But there's no goddamn way, as bad as they were at that they would have won and been
Oh, yeah,
awarded
no.
jobs at Google.
yeah, no way.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of kids movies at all, if you have kids, you'll know Josh Gad is the voice of Olaf from Frozen.
There is one moment in that movie that makes me fucking laugh every time. I'm sure I've said it before, but it's when Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn are trying to learn Quidditch.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, that part is pretty funny. Yeah,
And they say, okay, bring out the golden snitch. Owen Wilson's like, what the fuck is this now?
it has its moment. Like, okay, so a lot of even a lot of movies that I think suck, they do have moments.
No, absolutely. Horrible Bosses 2 have a lot of really funny fucking lines. But
Another one is like when Vince Vaughn is like, when he learns like all the food is free at Google. He's like, I'm just going to take these muffins. He's like, no charge? I'll get that banana. Some of that pudding. He's like, and then the guy's like, 2 bananas and a pudding and those muffins. He just keeps taking more food. It's so Vince Vaughn.
if you look up the highlights of that movie, you'll laugh. But
Yeah.
So the highlights of the movie is like 6 minutes long.
if you bore yourself with the love story and
Yeah, it's another one of those movies. Has great moments, but the premise, like,
isn't the same as Wedding Crashers? Doesn't like Owen Wilson kind of fuck over Vince Vaughn at some point in the middle of the movie, and then they're like back together. They're like, oh yeah, we're great again.
no, it's not that he fucks him over. It's just that Owen Wilson's catching on more than Vince Vaughn is, and
yeah, he's starting to excel.
I think maybe Vince Vaughn hears him talking shit about him to like the younger kids, and Vince Vaughn's like, "Fuck this! I'm going back to what I know, selling shit." And Owen Wilson's like, "No, don't, come back to Google."
Actually, I think it's that Owen Wilson says that Vince Vaughn's app idea was stupid,
Yeah, it's something like that.
even after he told him it was cool or something.
Vince Vaughn overhears it, and he's like,
All I know is it's like they kind of took one movie and rewrapped it and gave it to us in a different form.
and Wedding Crashers did it way better.
way
Yeah.
fucking better.
I get it. Okay, yes, Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn together was fantastic in Wedding
Yeah,
Crashers.
their chemistry is great. Yeah,
Could they have pulled it off in another movie? Sure, but whoever
Absolutely.
the fuck wrote The Internship did not pull that off.
I was just gonna say you can put those two guys in like almost any situation, and it's gonna be like a comedy classic. But somehow they fucked up and they put them in the wrong situation.
Well, it was about Google. Nobody wanted to fucking hear about that. By the way, this podcast is brought to you by Google.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Even though at the time, it was a lot of stuff was coming out about Google, like how their company was so much fun to work for and shit. So it makes
Right.
sense why they made this movie, but
Oh yeah, I mean,
it doesn't date well. First of all, second off, anybody can make an app now, kind of.
can we get a movie about Amazon then? Since there's so many great things coming out about that company.
No, but I can give you a movie about Facebook.
Oh, please tell me.
The Social Network is one of the best movies that has ever been made. That movie is compelling, intriguing. It's beautifully shot. Andrew Garfield is outstanding in that fucking movie.
Do you guys have an hour? Because for me to talk about Andrew Garfield.
Jesse Eisenberg is fucking phenomenal. Justin Timberlake is fucking phenomenal.
David Fincher, obviously an amazing fucking director. And it was a movie too. Like when I heard it was coming out, I'm like, who gives a shit?
I didn't care.
Dude,
at all.
it's actually an extremely compelling story.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg, I believe, was nominated for an Oscar. I said it right that time.
You did.
I believe Andrew Garfield was nominated for an Oscar.
Yes.
Someone
I
won
just-
for something in that movie.
So that movie did win some awards. I don't think it won any Oscars though. It might have won a Oscar, but none of the actors got it.
It won the Academy Award for Best Writing from Aaron Sorkin, Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Picture, Golden Globe for Best Screenplay. I'm not going to go through because there's a ton of awards.
I do know Andrew Garfield did win an award, but it wasn't an Oscar. He won it from somewhere else for Best Supporting Character. Yeah, these guys joke about it all the time when I talk about Hacksaw Ridge, but seriously, I could fucking go on for hours about how amazing of an actor Andrew Garfield is.
He's phenomenal.
The hurt in his voice and like on his face when he realizes that Mark Zuckerberg fucked him over majorly, like you fucking feel that.
Yeah, it's like his best friend.
I'm still to this day like I want to see Tick Tick Boom so bad with Andrew Garfield. He plays the guy who wrote Rent.
Yep.
but apparently
Oh.
that movie is beautiful. Apparently it's great, so I'm dying to see it.
Well, let's watch it and do an episode.
Hell yeah.
I probably
Yeah,
could, yeah.
let's watch it and we'll do a bonus episode, Corey. Fuck Adrian.
Do a 20, 30 minute where we just talk about that movie.
What
Yeah.
the hell did I do?
I don't know. You're here.
You are fucking here. That's true.
Yeah, that scene though when Andrew Garfield comes up to him in Facebook and he like puts his fist up to fucking
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake. I love that. Justin Timberlake flinches. He's like, "I love standing beside you, Sean. It makes me look so tough."
Yeah, I love it.
I love that fucking line.
It's Andrew Garfield that slams like the keyboard or some shit down, right?
He's like, "Oh, he's plugged in. He's plugged in." Smashes the whole fucking
Dude,
laptop.
honestly, I don't know who's a better actor in that movie, him or Jesse Eisenberg. They're both fucking
It's
phenomenal.
back and forth between them. They're
Andrew
great
Garfield in
them.
that movie is so great with the emotion, and Jesse Eisenberg is just great at fucking going on like 5-minute monologues like nothing.
Yes. But
Not
it's-
only does he do the 5-minute monologues, but he's perfect at that like shy introvert,
Yet cocky asshole.
cocky. It can be a cocky asshole when you bring it out at him. He's
Yeah.
so good at it.
Like when they're actually like in the hearing and he's like, "Do I have your attention?" He looks at him like, "No." You don't have my attention.
quite honestly, Jesse Eisenberg's another one of those actors. There's very few I don't like him in. Like, I don't care for Adventureland. And
Oh, I like
obvious-
Adventureland.
Culture shocked. There's a Ryan Reynolds movie. And I know there's multiple, Mike, but a
There
Ryan
is.
Reynolds movie that Mike doesn't care for.
To be fair, I went into that movie wanting, like, I knew Ryan Reynolds was in it. I went into that movie thinking he was going to be a bigger role
Yeah, he's not in it
than he
very
was. You take away from that the movie, like, I've watched it a couple times because I had an ex-girlfriend that was obsessed with Jesse Eisenberg. So I've watched that movie a couple times, and it gets better every time I watch it.
But do you die every time like I do when he runs into that trailer? Like, this guy's chasing me, and Bill Hader picks up a bat and just runs
Oh, fuck
towards
yes.
the guy.
Yes.
"Ah!"
Dude.
And then as soon as the guy turns around, he just puts the bat down and goes, "So I was thinking we put the stand over here." And
Yes.
just goes back to business.
Dude, I love Bill Hader. Bill Hader is one of my favorite fucking people.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Oh,
why
yeah,
I wish
for
him
sure.
and Seth Rogen would have got a fucking their own movie as the cops from Superbad.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, that kind of was their movie. That they were in it quite a bit.
But as far as like Jesse Eisenberg goes, other than Adventureland, the only other thing I don't really care for him in, and I don't blame him, is Batman versus Superman. He played it exactly how he was told to, how it was written. Like, I don't blame him at all.
If he had just played Lex Luthor like he did in the post-credit scene, he would have done
In
a great job.
in the Snyder cut,
Yeah,
Fuck
he would
yeah.
have done a great job.
yes.
Absolutely.
It made me excited because that was the plan. I think that was Snyder's plan. Like, this was Lex
Yeah.
Luthor before he went crazy, or kind of like he was very eccentric.
Yeah, he was just an eccentric billionaire kid.
After everything fucking happened, he became like really, really highly intelligent because of maybe all the shit he saw in the ship. And he went to a more, okay, Superman needs to die. I got to be really serious about this kind of shit, which is what Lex Luthor really is.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's not that wacky fucking person.
No,
He
not
is
at
a
all.
very serious, very,
very business-minded man.
very, business minded, task oriented.
That's why I was so excited when all the rumors at the time were Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston would have done great. I don't think Jesse Eisenberg would have done bad if they would have wrote it right. That's why I'm glad it wasn't. Imagine us, we'd be sitting here talking shit on Bryan Cranston for doing a terrible or doing a shitty Lex Luthor too. Jesse Eisenberg's phenomenal. My favorite movie that he's done, other than The Social Network, is Now You See Me.
I love those movies.
Both of those movies are phenomenal. I mean, the second one I kind of saw the twist coming more so
Yeah.
than I did, but the first one you don't fucking see it coming at all. And I love when a movie can throw me off.
I obviously knew they weren't throwing them out of an airplane, but I didn't know that the
Right.
whole thing was a setup. Like, I didn't know that the whole time he had hypnotized his brother, Woody Harrelson had hypnotized his brother into doing that. That I didn't see coming.
Right.
But I did, when they were throwing him out of an airplane, I'm like, okay, this is obviously staged.
Not to mention, I mean, Daniel Radcliffe made an appearance as a villain in the second one. That was pretty cool.
I love that Daniel Radcliffe.
Obligatory Harry Potter scream.
I love that Daniel Radcliffe came into that movie, a movie about magic, to play somebody who doesn't know magic.
I do.
I
Yes.
love that.
That's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
It was, and I loved it every second. of it.
Speaking, and you say cheeky, and then Michael Caine's in those movies. He's a brilliant fucking dude. Those movies are like full of a great cast, both of them. But basically, what we're saying is Jesse Eisenberg's fucking phenomenal.
He's good.
If you haven't seen The Social Network, you need to see The Social Network. You will get a better understanding why Mark Zuckerberg has so much hate.
Yeah. Oh my God, you planted the chicken story. What's with the chicken story? They accuse me of being an animal abuser. Seriously, what's going on with the chickens? Justin Timberlake in the background.
He was great in it too. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
I mean, fucking
Sean Parker, smooth talking son of a bitch. He got Mark Zuckerberg right from the beginning.
He did.
Yep.
But I do know what's his name? Andrew Garfield's character in the movie, Eduardo.
Yep, Eduardo.
I looked it up after my first time watching that movie, and I know he was a little more unprofessional than the movie portrayed him. Like, Zuckerberg did kind of screw him out of the deal, but he wasn't very good at his job, and he never did his job. He just happened to be the guy who gave him money at the beginning to.
Well, and
Yeah.
he helped him create it, so he 100% was owed something. Like that's.
Oh no,
that's
he was
what-
and he got paid at the end of the day. But
He got Zuckerberged.
he got Zuckerberg. he definitely did.
I'm going to tell you right now, nobody got Zuckerberged worse than the McDonald's brothers.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
They
Is that,
got
what, is that what they were named?
yes.
Their last name was McDonald. They
McDonald,
were the first one to streamline basically the assembly line of sandwiches so it would get out faster. They were the first ones to come up with that idea. Ray Park went and invested, got them to sign over stuff to him, grew their company into a franchise, and then cut them out completely. They got nothing. Zero.
Yep. And guess what? That's the entirety of like the movie is based off of that whole entire court hearing between the.
Yeah. And the fucked up part is Ray Park kept it named McDonald's.
Yeah, the Winklevoss twins is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, Winklevoss, yeah.
Yeah. The Winklevoss twins.
They were fucked, but they were from a rich family.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The McDonald's were not.
Didn't they settled for? They did settle.
Oh,
out of
and
court,
they
right?
settled for a shitload of money.
The
yeah.
Winklevosses and Eduardo got a ton of money.
But Zuckerberg didn't even blink.
The McDonald's thing, he said he was going to pay them like millions of dollars each, and they still never got anything till the day they died.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Zuckerberg definitely deserves some of the hate he gets. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
he Zuckerberg some people.
And has somebody who's been Zuckerberg a time or two from being put in Facebook jail.
Oh yeah, Facebook hates Mike, by the way.
And when I announce this episode on Facebook, it'll probably get pulled down and I'll be put in jail because we mentioned his name in the episode.
Culture Shock can't post for 6 days.
Well, it's funny is Corey doesn't usually get put in Facebook jail, but there was one time he did,
Yeah.
and I had to go onto Facebook and post our shit
Yeah.
for
Because my account's linked to the Culture Shock one. If I get put in jail, I can't post on Culture Shock.
Fortunately, we all have the login, but Corey, we just let him be in charge because he's really good with that kind of shit.
Yeah, I like it. I actually like that part of it.
So yeah, just a couple we would be angry at ourselves if we don't talk about. Obviously, Mike, I don't know how much experience you have with the movie. I think you do. But with Clerks 3 coming out soon, we have to talk about Clerks.
Well, there's my top two favorite right there.
Clerks 1 and 2
Yep.
are your two favorite?
They're my two favorite on
You
my list.
guys are going to know way more about this. I don't really know very much about. I've never watched either of the Clerks movies.
Mike, you've never watched either one of them?
I've never seen either one of them.
Oh my!
The only
God.
things I've seen in that universe, because it let's be honest, it's
100%
it's a universe of
a
movies. I've seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and of course I've seen the sequel, which was
The reboot.
the reboot, even though it wasn't a reboot.
So you've never seen Dogma, or Chasing Amy, or any of that?
I never seen Dogma, Chasing Amy's. I saw Mallrats.
Mallrats, yeah,
Mallrats is pretty good.
yes,
I love because what's his face? Stan Lee's in Mallrats.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I've never seen any of the Clerks movies. I've meant to. I just never gotten around to it.
Well, the first one's in all black and white. I don't know if you know that.
Is it really?
Yep.
It is. They were so low budget.
That was by design.
Yeah.
Could they possibly go back and colorize it by now?
Yeah, he said he doesn't ever want to do that.
He doesn't want to do it. He
Oh,
loves
no.
yeah.
That sounds like a Kevin Smith thing to do.
At the end of the movie, which by the way was supposed to end with Dante getting shot at the counter by somebody robbing him. He
Yeah.
was supposed to
Oh.
die at the end of that first movie.
He's not even supposed to be here today.
And he wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. Instead, they show him at the counter and then they back up the camera through the store. You wouldn't understand the one thing. They call them the milkmaids. It's ladies that come in and try to find the newest milk. They pull out all the milks to try to find the newest ones. Well,
okay.
played by Kevin Smith's mom, by the way.
Oh,
it's,
nice.
It's backing up, and as it backs up, does it turn to color at the end of the first Clerks? I can't remember.
No, you get color at the second Clerks when they open it. And
Well, in
there's
the
a
second
fire.
one, yeah. But he shows up for work in the second Clerks. It's in black and white, and then when he lifts the thing to open the store, the fire is red, and then it backs up, and everything turns to color.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Kevin Smith gave you a little he messed with your mind like, oh, this one's going to be black and white too.
But I do know that Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, they're Jay and Silent Bob in the Clerks movies too, right?
In
Yep.
every single movie Adrian mentioned.
Well, yeah.
They're Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, Randall, Dante.
Jason Mewes was in an episode of The Flash.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
He played Cockknocker.
Cockknocker.
I think Kevin Smith was directing this episode, and that's probably why Jason Mewes was in it.
37 dicks. My girlfriend has blown 37 dicks today.
I'm number 37.
Yeah.
Today
He was so Jason Mewes was a Big Belly Burger patron, an unidentified metahuman, and a security guard in The Flash. So he's played 3 different characters in The Flash, probably all Kevin Smith episodes.
I'm sure.
And he was a Mississippi farmer in Supergirl, which was also probably a Kevin Smith episode. Little known fact, unless you're a big Kevin Smith fan, Kevin Smith directed a bunch of episodes in the Arrowverse.
Oh, he loves the Arrowverse. He directs.
He fucking loves the
constantly.
Arrowverse.
He actually talked about that in his his comedy special, which
Did
was
he?
phenomenal, by the way. His stand-up special is Kevin Smith, Silent but Deadly.
Oh, clever.
He did it after he had that heart attack and almost died, and it was the Silent but Deadly inside of him.
Oh, I thought maybe there's a multiple joke there because Silent
Bob.
Well, it is. It was many layers, but
like my joke or reference last week when we did the Game of Thrones episode. The snowman cometh.
oh yeah,
I was just going to say Clerks is just great for all 3 of us have experience working like convenience store or gas station or
That's very true. In fact, I was both of these fuckers' boss at one point in time.
so all 3 of us know
on paper.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really bossed you guys around.
all 3 of us just know the fucking monotony of just sitting at that counter, people coming up and buying their cigarettes, and the stupid conversations you have with your coworkers.
Oh my god, yeah.
Be it your girlfriend has sucked 36 dicks, or talking about Star Wars and if stormtroopers got paid, if they had health insurance. Like,
I think I had that exact conversation.
Well,
Yeah.
one of my favorite conversations, of course, with any coworker when I worked in retail was talking about customers and how much I hated them.
Oh, we talk about that every day.
Like an example, when you work at a gas station, like the 3 of us did, and you work at a full serve gas station, which Adrian fortunately did not, and you go outside in the fucking cold, and somebody's like, "It wouldn't be so cold out here if it wasn't so windy," and you're like, "Well, no fucking shit, Einstein."
I am going to go ahead and say on here, and I hope this fucker listens. I went out in negative 17-degree weather one time, and I was pumping this guy's gas. He rolled the window down a little bit and said, "Well, thank God I got heat in here." If that fucker is listening, please go drive your car off a cliff.
Fucking hate that. The opposite of that. The opposite of that is always, "It won't be so hot out here if it wasn't so humid." Like, no, yeah, I wouldn't fucking have to be out here pumping your gas, and I could be inside in the air conditioner if you didn't fucking need gas. So shut the fuck up. We all have, like, come on. Like, I understand it's my job, but don't be a douche about it.
Yeah, don't tell me how nice and cozy it is in your car when I'm in the elements.
Like, I'm doing you a favor, dude. Like, fucking grow up, be a man, and pump your own fucking gas.
Be a man, Hogan. Be a man. Clerks was just so good at explaining that the day-to-day, like the fucking grind, especially a day that you're not supposed to be there. You literally did have people going
I
through
was
all
supposed
the
to
milk,
be here today.
people checking the different expiration dates. Of course, you sold cigarettes to underagers because it was cool.
No, I never did that.
Everybody did.
Was I the only?
There's a reason
No,
I
it
was a
was-
manager,
it was
Adrian.
Oh, that's why I didn't get it.
Funny story. I actually, the state police tried to sting me once.
Oh, really?
They sent in this kid that's clearly underage.
I got one too.
Clearly looked like there's no way he was of age. And he
Can
comes
I
in and
get a
asks for
pack of
cigarettes.
Marlboros?
And I said, "Can I?" Well, I said,
Sure,
well,
kid.
he was probably like 15, 16 years old. I was like, well, can I see some ID? And he kind of made like a fuss about it. I was like, well, I'm sorry, but I can't sell you cigarettes without an ID. So he walked out and he left. And then it took about like 10 solid minutes before I saw the vehicle he was in leave. And I'm watching it leave. I was like, that kind of looked like an undercover car.
Ah.
And
then Chris Hansen came in and said, take a seat, Mike.
Would you like some sweet tea? How about some cookies?
I just like if
From
you're
my
gonna
own fucking store?
if you're gonna sting an operation, like at least find something that somebody that's believably looks like they're over 18.
Yeah, and at that time, you could sell cigarettes to 18-year-olds. Isn't it 21 now?
It's 21.
It is
now,
21 now. Yeah.
Like the company itself, when they would do stings, they would purposely find people who were of age who looked like they were younger.
That's what happened. That was the one I got, and I got a $50 Visa gift card for passing that.
Yeah,
by the way,
absolutely, you do. I got
great.
to as an assistant manager, I got to drive around and do those stings.
Oh, that would have been so much fun.
If you fail it, you get fired.
No, well, you get wrote up. It depends.
It depends how bad of an employee you are.
Yeah.
If they were looking for a reason, you probably get fired.
Well, I mean, I was already stealing money and food, so
Well, then yeah, you'd have got fired.
Right.
right, that would have been
Wait,
the
Mike,
nail.
you're
Forgot
not. You're,
about that.
It's okay. You're not his boss anymore.
No, it's fine, Adrian. Kudos to you.
Goodness.
Yeah, but weirdly enough, as fond as I am of the first Clerks, the second one is my favorite. I love the first one, but the second one is just near and dear to my heart. I love it so much.
Second one gives us ass to mouth, and if it's okay to go ass to mouth, it gives us Star Wars versus
yeah.
Lord of the Rings. It gives us. I'm pretty sure your girl's trying to get us in a three-way. Why'd you have to say that to him? Now he's going to think I'm trying to get him in a three-way. Pretty sure your girlfriend's trying to get us in a three-way.
First thing he says after she leaves.
If I can be honest, on occasion I go ass to mouth. Told you. Or what does he say? I knew it.
I knew it.
Oh my god.
And then you have Elias. Poor Elias.
Oh, Elias. I can't wait to see him in the third movie.
Yeah, both of the Clerks movies. So the second one focused more on like the restaurant business. What is it? Movies.
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 There's a movies in almost every Kevin Smith universe.
Yeah, because in the Jay and Silent Bob
both
movie, they that's where they find out that people are talking shit on them on the
By
internet.
the way, Kevin Smith opened a chain of Movies pull-up restaurants. That's a real thing now. Movies does
I did
exist.
see that.
And with every meal, Adrian, do you know what you
Yeah.
get as the dessert?
What?
Chocolate-covered pretzels.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Chocolate covered pretzel.
It's fucking awesome. This shit tastes like piss and flies, don't it?
And of course, Clerks 2 added Rosario Dawson. She was
Rosario
great.
Dawson is one of my biggest crushes in Hollywood. I fucking love that Jason Lee came in as he looked exactly like his My Name Is Earl character because he was filming My Name Is Earl at the time. He managed to walk the whole 10 feet after only 3 bites. Isn't that right, pickle fucker?
Isn't that right, pickle fucker? Yeah, Mike, and Clerks 2, there's a whole debate between Randall, one of the guys, and
Randall.
Yeah, and a customer about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. And Randall's on the side of Star Wars. He's like, "There's only one return, and it's the Jedi."
Nice.
and they're just going back and forth. And he talks about the look that Sam and Frodo shared at the end of Lord of the Rings, like how gay it was. He's like, I was just waiting for Frodo to finish in Sam's mouth.
He says, I was waiting for Frodo or Sam to walk over and just straight up brick in Frodo's mouth.
The guy's like, you better shut the fucking throat.
He gets so mad he pukes on the floor. I love when he runs to the office. He's like, "Where's the mop and bucket? I just made some Lord of the Rings nerd so mad he puked."
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Randall is just a fucking troll.
He is.
Okay, so Jerry Maguire, Clerks 1 and 2.
Uh-huh. Clerks 1 and 2,
Just
Social Network.
Making a list of things I need to watch.
Mike's watching his watch list.
Things you need to add to the list.
Yeah.
Another one. Obviously, we can just skip right over it. Just gonna say it because everyone check out our Jim Carrey episode, Liar Liar, one of my favorite
absolutely.
wordplays.
Beautiful. That is in my top 5 Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's in mine too.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in mine. I don't remember where the fuck we
Spoiler
put them. Yeah. But check out our Jim Carrey episode for that. We won't waste time on that. Amazing movie. Oh, come on!
I'm gonna go ahead and mention a couple that we're probably not gonna get into. A couple that we probably won't get into.
Yeah.
Scrooged is very good. It's technically a workplace comedy. The whole thing is based around him being a douchebag, the runner of a news station.
Yeah.
Enemy of the
Um,
State with Will Smith and
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. Great fucking movie. The Ace Ventura movies, technically, I guess, if you want to get into it, he's technically working in those
technically.
movies.
If you're doing
Uh,
Scrooge, you could also say Groundhog's Day and
That's-
probably Ghostbusters too.
Ghostbusters, even, I guess,
Yeah,
technically.
I
yeah.
didn't even think about Ghostbusters. Nice.
Hitch was a really good movie. He's getting
The
paid to
Love
do that,
Doctor.
so The Love Doctor. Monsters Inc. Great fucking animated movie, all about the workplace.
Eva Mendes is my crush. So,
Yeah, I know.
so
If you're going with Hitch, you gotta mention the flip side of that same kind of coin. You would have to mention My Best Friend's Girl.
Yeah, technically, Dane Cook is getting paid to be a douchebag to girls. Interesting.
So
right?
they get back.
God
with
damn
their
it!
exes,
Can we stop talking about Dane Cook?
We can't. We
hey,
can't.
you said that. You said that last episode.
I mean, I want to put it to bed forever after this one.
We keep doing episodes where he can be brought up. It's not our fault.
That's true. These have been the most relevant for.
Yeah, it's not. It's not like we're just randomly bringing him up.
We need to put Dane Cook to bed like he put that girl that he groomed to bed.
And continues to do so today.
They're engaged. They're gonna be married.
I'm going to mention a couple more worst ones that I really thought were going to be good. A couple that really pissed me off.
Like
I
Wall
really-
Street, Money Never Sleeps.
Hey, you don't like Wall
movie's okay.
Street?
That movie's okay.
I like the first Wall Street.
Oh yeah.
The second one wasn't good.
No, I was thinking the first one. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Uh,
second one's called Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps.
I forgot about that.
Burn After Reading. I wanted to like that movie.
Fucking awful. Oh my god.
The cast of that movie is perfect. That should have been better.
So
Don't be hating on Burn After Reading.
there's a thing that Mike used to do when he worked at Bob Evans. I would have to wait for my dad to pick me up because
Guys, I don't know why Mike just referred to himself in the third person, but that was weird.
It's just the way the story is being told. I would go over to Walmart because it was literally right next to Bob Evans. Every Tuesday, every Wednesday, I would go over to Walmart and I'd walk around the movie section waiting for my dad to come get me. And I would just read the synopsis of the movies on the back every time, and then I would just buy one. And 9 times out of 10, I picked a great fucking movie. Like
and then that
I picked Unstoppable was a great fucking movie with Chris Pine and Denzel Washington.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Did you know they went through Clarion in that movie?
Oh no shit,
One of the places they filmed was a track in Clarion.
that's fucking awesome. I did not know that.
Fun fact for you.
But so there were 2 movies that come to mind immediately when I think when I used to do this. One was Daybreakers with Willem Dafoe and Ethan Hawke. It was a
Oh,
vampire
God.
movie. That movie I thought was going to be fucking awesome, and for the most part, it wasn't bad until the end. The ending was so bad that I was like, I'm never fucking watching this movie again. Like it was just so trash. It was the worst ending I've ever seen for a movie in a long time. That I just ruined the
Trash?
movie.
trash. Check out our Toy Story episode.
It went from maybe like a 6 out of 10 for me down to like a 2 out of 10 just because of the ending.
Right.
Um,
Daybreakers.
and then-
Wow.
And then the other movie was Burn After
Was
Reading.
Burn
And
After
holy
Reading.
fuck. I didn't even make it halfway through that movie before I was like, fuck this. You know what I did? I burned after watching.
Burn after watching.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, Mike, since you brought up both Ethan Hawke and Denzel, I just had to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite movies of all time, Training Day.
A phenomenal movie.
I'm going to call that that's a work movie because, as Denzel says in the movie, his car is his office.
That's true. There is a line in there specifically mentioning that what he's doing is his job.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke says, "What about your office?" He says, "You're sitting in it."
In preparation for this episode, I looked up a lot of like workplace movies that I may have not have considered workplace movies, and Flight was on there too, and that's another Denzel movie.
Oh, that was a great movie. That's when he's like gets drunk and he has to land the plane.
Yeah.
He still lands in a plane, yeah, but
Yes.
then they're like trying to fire him, or they do
He has
fire
to go
him.
to court. Yeah, that's an excellent movie.
That's a brilliant fucking movie. Dude, Denzel's an amazing actor.
Yeah, oh, for sure, he is one of the best of all time.
The Equalizer movies are some of my favorite.
That guy deserves a
Let's-
bunch of Grammys.
Another that's caught what you said. Another movie with Ryan Reynolds in it that I'm not really super fond of that Denzel's in is Safe House.
Oh yeah,
That movie had the potential to be so good, and it
I
just
thought it
wasn't.
was going to be awesome.
I forgot that was the thing.
Yep.
As a lot of people did, I'm sure.
Yes, culture shock listeners. I do hate on some Ryan Reynolds movies.
Just not Ryan Reynolds himself.
Yeah, Mike's hating on Ryan Reynolds tonight with Adventureland and that.
Fuck, I even hated on him in Waiting. I actually called his character douchebag. Don't get me wrong, he's really funny in that movie, but
You can't take it back now.
Since we talked about Liar Liar, I'm not sure if Mike's familiar with either of these, but two more like courtroom movies. One, of course, My Cousin Vinny with Joe Pesci.
Oh yeah.
I'm familiar
Very
with the
good.
name. I've never seen it though.
Yeah, and Ralph Macchio, Marissa Tomei, excellent movie. He's pretty much an incompetent lawyer. Like he took his bar 7 times before he passed it, and
Oh God.
his young cousin gets or his nephew or whatever gets arrested down south and accused of murder, even though he didn't do it. And like Joe Pesci has to come.
Because their car was at the gas station where it was.
Their car was at the gas station, and Joe Pesci has to come down and defend him, but Ralph Macchio doesn't know that he's just a fucking terrible lawyer.
Wow. It's a really funny movie. And this guy in the movie keeps saying, "You couldn't beat me up for, was it $50?"
And then it's 100, and then
And then it's 100. And then at the end of the movie, he's walking up to him on the street and he's all confident. And the guy goes, "I'll make it $100." And he punches him and knocks him the fuck out and takes the money and goes, "See
it
ya."
just takes money
Walks
and
out.
walks
Yeah.
away.
Honestly, I can understand why they thought Ralph Macchio was the murderer. They probably seen him do an illegal crane
An
kick.
illegal crane kick. I'm talking about the real karate.
I think Billy Zabka set him up. What's the other one, though? What's the other one?
Corey, the other one is a movie you and I love that not many people know about at all. Trial and Error.
I fucking love that movie so
No,
much.
yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Man, we are talking about a lot of problematic actors tonight.
We are. Yeah, this is Michael Richards, who's Kramer, but it's him and Jeff Daniels. Pretty much, Jeff Daniels is a lawyer, and Michael Richards is an actor. And one night, Jeff Daniels, before a court case, he gets in a bar fight, and he's all hopped up on like painkillers, so he can't go in. So Michael Richards goes in to steps in for him just so they can get a continuance. But
Congratulations, Michael Richards is an actor. You got that right.
he is an actor. But yeah, he steps in for him because they're just trying to get a continuance, but they deny the continuance, so he has to keep posing as the lawyer. So Jeff Daniels has to like teach him how to be a lawyer.
Oh wow.
And he's not a good actor in the movie.
And he's not a good actor, right?
Oh, so it's like his real.
Yes.
Oh, it all fits.
And then my other couple mentions were Tommy Boy, if you want to consider that a work movie, Callahan Auto.
It technically is a work movie. Yes.
Classic. Devil Wears Prada.
That's in my guilty pleasures.
Guilty pleasure of mine as well.
Absolutely. Michael's going to try to kill me.
My other guilty pleasure, just since you're on that topic now.
Yeah.
I only had 2 on here. Is the other one is Up in the Air with George Clooney, and
Oh, I don't even think that's a guilty pleasure.
I fucking love that movie. But
George Clooney fucking sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
That's it. Yeah, that's a great movie.
yeah, I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, one of the best movies
Yeah.
about corporate America ever. We talked about this off podcast, but 40-Year-Old Virgin, fucking hilarious.
I see, and our other co-host or co-podcaster, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you want to call him,
Yep.
Guest star.
Guest star. Doug didn't agree with me that 40-Year-Old Virgin was a workplace movie, but honestly, the majority of that movie fucking takes place in that store that they
That
work
store
in, so.
is a character in the movie.
Oh, for sure. Wait, do you think
And
I
then-
should buy this VCR or this one? You don't want to buy any of those VCRs.
It's really an outdated piece of technology.
Technology.
Shit.
You can get a DVD player for another, what? She's like, well, yeah, what, maybe 6 months?
I love in that movie when the guy's like, if I buy the whole unit, will you throw in the Michael McDonald CD? If you don't buy the unit, I'll throw in the Michael McDonald CD.
Fucking Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen's characters just smashing the fucking bulbs onto
Yeah.
each other's legs.
Everybody's dick looks big on 60-inch TV. My sister's dick looks big on 60-inch TV. Is this the movie about babies who are geniuses? That's my little boy right there. See that? What is that? Is that his arm? That's his dick. Yeah, but no, 40-Year-Old Virgin, such a fucking... It was during that era of like Evan Goldberg,
Yeah,
Seth Rogen
yeah.
type of humor.
Which was a great time.
They don't make comedies like that anymore.
They don't.
I hope you have a big trunk. I'm going to fit my bike in it.
Ew.
Bike in it.
Judd Apatow's the only one who still tries to do that kind of comedy.
Yeah,
He's pretty much solo the only director that still does it.
I honestly, one of my favorite things about that movie is Jane Lynch and how she keeps trying to come on to
Yeah.
Andy. Her fucking lines.
And I also love fucking Leslie Mann's little guest appearance. Fucking French toast.
Let's get some fucking French toast.
Can you?
Jonah?
She kisses him. That tasted like strawberries. He goes, that tastes like shellfish.
And Jonah Hill's the eBay customer.
Oh, yeah. Just these boots are fantastic, and I, would
just
like
wanna,
to buy
I would
them.
just like to buy them. I don't understand why you're being so difficult.
She's like, they really are fantastic, but yeah, we actually don't sell those here. She's like, help me. Steve Carell's like, yeah, you're on your own on this one. I'm leaving.
So why do you have a store? I don't have a good answer for that, Andy.
Yeah, I really don't have a good answer. And what does this look like? A vagina.
That's my favorite part of the whole movie. What is this? Your date rape drug? That's a Mentos. They're the fresh maker. My favorite part of that whole movie is when he's finally getting to talk. She's backed into a corner and she looks down and says, "You didn't get new carpet." She realizes his empty apartment. He didn't get new carpet. Oh, it's so
You didn't
good.
get new carpets.
It's the subtle things that always get me for some reason.
You need to stop fucking with my friend. I changed my email. I changed my number. I moved. Well, I didn't know all that, so I'm sorry. And then she rips your heart out into a little bitch, and that sounds awful. It is awful, man. It's love. You lose weight, and then you start drinking. But that's love.
And she's blowing some guy in an Escalade.
Sounds awful.
So, big bomb here. And anybody who's been listening to this podcast for the last 30-something episodes.
Buzz. Oh, you said big bomb. Sorry, I thought you said big one.
Yeah, big bomb.
The big one up his ass.
There's a movie that we have yet to mention that I'm sure Adrian was about to bring up soon that I have never watched. We've briefly touched on that in a couple episodes before. Office Space.
The quintessential Office movie, fuck this job movie.
Yeah,
honestly, the essential workplace movie.
For sure. And you've never even seen it, and you know that.
And absolutely, I do know that. I just, I've never seen it. It's another one of those things where I just have never gotten around to it.
I've literally heard so many people say they don't work in an office now thanks to that movie. It changed their lives.
There's a GIF or a meme out there based off of that movie. The whole that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could come in Saturday, that'd be great. I'm also going to need you to come in on Sunday.
Well, it looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately, Peter. I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
Hey, will you do me if I think somebody took my stapler? Can you find my stapler? Milton.
Milton, if you could just turn your radio down. Well, I was told if Peggy can listen to her music, then I can listen to my music at a reasonable rate. Yeah, no, I'm just asking for a personal favor. No, I was told I could listen. Okay, have a good one, Milton.
Milton's the best. Yeah. But it really the whole plot of him going into autopilot because his life's so mundane. It makes you feel oh, me too, man. I've gotten through days sometimes, and then when somebody says, "You remember when you said this?" I'm like, nope. It's just some days are like that.
No, I agree. I mean, even with my job, I do the same shit every day. Sometimes it all bleeds together.
It gets very monotonous.
And then that little treat they get to go out and bust up that copy machine with the bats. They're so happy to destroy this fucking copy machine.
What I wouldn't give to just drive the forklift off the dock once.
Mike, you're in that.
Okay.
I was sitting in my cubicle today and I realized ever since I started working, every day has been the worst day of my life. So that means every day you see me is on the worst day of my life. What about today, Peter? Is today the worst day of your life? Yes. Well, that's messed up. That's a fucking therapist that says that to him.
Oh, I need to watch this movie.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, another movie with Jennifer Aniston as well.
She's in everything.
David Herman was finally in a good movie after his atrocious Idiocracy.
Hey, fuck off. The one time I need Doug with me here to vouch. Wait, what's your name? Michael Bolton. Why don't you just change your name? Why should I change my name? He's the one that sucks.
He's so good in that movie, man.
He is.
I mean, Ron Livingston is the star of the movie.
Right.
But David Harmon's the reason I watch it again and again.
Dr. Cox is in that movie.
He is. Yeah.
He is.
John C. McGinley. He said Michael Bolton. He said, I listened to all his stuff. Which one did you say is your favorite song of his? Well, I guess they're kind of all tied for the best. I feel the same way. He's like, I feel the same way, Michael. He's like, you can call me Mike. And then John C. McGinley just looks at him like... And then afterwards, when Peter hasn't been fucking coming to work in weeks and he gets a promotion,
Yeah.
Michael's like, they're about to fire you, man. He's like, actually, they're firing you. They're giving me a promotion. He's like, what? He's like, I know, Michael. It's a messed up world we live in. It's not fair.
Yeah. I 100% will. After Mike watches this movie, I'll do a bonus episode on Office Space. I could talk about that movie all day long.
Oh, yeah, I would love that.
I could do line by line of Office Space and enjoy it as much as I do when I watch the movie. It's so fucking good.
I don't think I'm going to go to work anymore. I never really like work. How are you going to pay your bills? I've never really liked paying bills. I think I'm not going to do that either.
I relate to that.
I literally bought Peter and Joanna Funko Pops like the moment they came out. I fucking love it.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to go home and watch Kung Fu. Have you ever watched Kung Fu? I love Kung Fu.
I love Kung Fu.
Hey, Peter, man. Damn it. Can you at least come over, act like you can't hear me through the wall? Oh, sorry, man. What would you do if you had $1 million? I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 chicks at the same time. Yeah, Mike, that's the actor that plays Oswald on the Drew Carey Show, if you remember.
Okay.
Dietrich Bader.
Yeah.
Bader.
Yeah.
Dietrich
He
Oh
has,
my
like-
god, wait. This was written and directed by Mike Judge?
Yes.
It sure was.
Yeah.
The guy that did Beavis and Butthead?
This is while he was doing Beavis and Butthead, I believe.
Mike Judge is also
Yeah.
in the movie. Jennifer Aniston flips him off.
Nice.
If you want me to wear 37 pieces of flair, tell me. Well, 10 is the minimum. It's up to you how much you want to express yourself. This is me expressing myself.
Oh shit.
Lumberg
Yeah.
fucked her.
Fun fact, since you're watching it right now, Mike, David Herman, who plays Michael Bolton in the movie, the best character
Uh-huh.
in my opinion,
Yes.
he is also Scruffy in Futurama.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
Except he doesn't sound anything like Scruffy.
Oh, no, okay.
I'm gonna
That's pretty
die
cool.
the way I lived.
And then when Michael's talking about his plan to take like pennies from the company every day till it adds up to a fortune, this sounds familiar. Yeah, it was the plot of Superman 3. And then they do this whole badass like slow motion montage
Yep.
of them like taking this floppy disk. Yes, a floppy
Oh my
disk.
god.
That's right.
That dates this movie.
Yep, there's this whole badass slow montage, and then he just puts it in the computer. He's like, "Wow, that was easy." They're like, "Yeah, I guess it kind of was."
Now you see, kids, floppy disks were the thing back in the 90s
Oh god,
that
yeah.
people used to store files on before disks, as in CDs, and thumb drives were a thing.
And they could hold one whole file.
One whole file.
One whole file.
Back in our day, memory cards had 8 megabytes.
Corey, you said do you have a top 3?
Oh yeah, I kind of already gave it throughout.
You want to just rattle off real quick?
Yeah, my top 3 are Clerks 2, Clerks,
Yeah, I love it.
and of all the ones we talked about, I'd probably have to put Horrible Bosses as third.
Okay.
I've seen it so many fucking times, but Clerks and Clerks 2 are like I'm just a Kevin Smith like super fan.
I was about to
so-
say, if you have been listening to this podcast and don't realize that Corey's probably one of the biggest Kevin Smith
I
fans,
am.
then you aren't paying attention. Mine's probably. I think Horrible Bosses is number 1 for me. Then Waiting, and then Employee of the Month. Those are my top 3.
That is a very unique list.
Well, we kind of briefly touched on it before we started recording, Corey and I, before you got here, Adrian. I was saying how Employee of the Month is one of those movies that just should not have been good. Like,
And it was.
you look at the act. Well, according to a lot of people, it wasn't. But like, you look at the actors involved in the movie, it looks like it just should be like one of those movies that nobody ever like wants to watch again. But as you heard, me and Corey watch it over and over,
Oh.
like fucking countless
Yeah.
I'll
times.
probably watch it
It's
again
just-
this week because of this episode.
It's so fucking quotable, and I don't know how long I've been doing "How dare
what the
you."
fuck?
And of course, yeah, the Andy Dick. What the fuck? Like, it's just like it's so.
Are
quotable.
you staring at my breasts? I don't know.
I don't know.
This movie, I think, has been mentioned on our podcast more than any movie.
Maybe more than any of them.
And it's one of those like why is it there? It's just
Why?
it's so
Why?
quotable. Like even the part where his grandma's like, don't forget to wash your balls. It fucking cracks me up.
The biggest weak link of that movie, and the reason it didn't get more love than it got,
Jessica
was
Simpson.
the female love lead.
Yeah, it could
Jessica
have done
Simpson
without.
is a decent person. She seems like a nice girl.
She's a terrible
but
actress.
she's a terrible actress.
She's a great singer for the most part. Like she's got a good voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, actress wise, I couldn't stand her in the fucking Dukes of Hazzard movie.
That
I couldn't
70s
stand her
show.
in Employee of the Month. That 70s show, she was fucking terrible. Like she's just not an actress.
No.
If they had had a better, like, when they put Jessica Alba in Good Luck Chuck, if they
Yeah,
had
she's a
put
good
her
actress.
in Employee of the Month instead, I think that movie would be
Hold on.
a little higher rated, honestly.
I'm going to introduce you guys to a new segment on our podcast called Mike Hates Love. They should have just did without the whole fucking love interest.
Or that. I mean, yeah. They could, I mean, Waiting didn't have a, well, Waiting had kind of a love
Well,
interest.
Waiting had it, but it was not the main focal point of the story. Like it could have just been a backstory,
Yeah.
but no. In Employee of the Month, they made it the main plot,
Yeah.
and that was the problem. Like it didn't need to be the main plot. This
Just following those four friends around with Dax being the opposing figure was enough. It was funny enough.
it really
like that.
was. Yes,
They did not need to compete for her. There could have been another reason he was trying to be Employee of the Month, and it would have been funnier, I think.
Yeah. Like maybe he needed to really pay something, and
Yeah,
he
or-
needed to step up his game.
Yeah.
and his job was at stake.
Maybe there was a 14-year-old he really wanted to impress.
Fucking god.
Wait, how old was Jessica Simpson in that movie?
Uh,
Way too old.
they should have casted Ashley Simpson.
Oh.
Adrian, do you have a top three? Obviously, Office Space is your number one.
Office Space would be up there. Clerks 2 would probably be up there pretty high as well. I'll say Horrible Bosses tentatively because I didn't really plan a top three.
It's just a solid fucking movie with so many quotable lines. I've always come to realize that my favorite comedies are ones I can quote over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
If I pull lines from it, it's my favorite ones.
That's the power of a comedy is it should be highly
Yeah.
quotable.
That's, yeah.
And
exactly.
I think that's why I hate when sequels fucking try to repeat jokes, because usually it's mostly the most quotable shit, and you're like, really? Come on.
You have rare exceptions like When Nature Calls, Wayne's World 2.
You know, the only reason that the Jay and Silent Bob reboot was so successful at it is because they were literally doing it as a joke. Like they were making fun
Yeah.
of reboots,
Yeah.
making fun of sequels.
When it's
like-
meta like that, it works for sure.
Well, Mike, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I do. I would like to say that workplace movies, they're awesome.
They definitely
Nailed
are,
it.
especially the ones we talked about. You can check me out on Baker Reviews on YouTube when I post on a rare occasion. Movie reviews, rankings, tier list, video game tier list, ranking stuff, all that kind of stuff. You can find me over there, youtube.com/Baker Reviews. Subscribe, like, tell me what you think of the podcast in the comments section, all that good stuff.
Baker Reviews.
Thank you, Mike.
On Facebook, we are Culture Shocked Podcast. On Instagram, it's Culture Shock 21. And on Twitter, where I do most of my work, it's CS Podcast 21. Also, if you could go download our episodes and subscribe wherever you get your podcast, leave us a nice 5-star review. That helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it.
Culture Shocked.
Thanks, Mike. Did we start paying for a soundboard again on Zencaster?
Well, that's pretty much going to do it for our Workplace Movies episode. From all of us here at Culture Shocked, thanks for listening.
Hey, I'm just going to call you Gregory, buddy, because that name's a fucking nightmare.